Here we can get an amazing close-up of the new Hiyatoys Exquisite Basics 2014 Godzilla. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking for the right Godzilla figure to get this Christmas, then you found the right video, because we're going to go over some amazing deals. But that's not all, because Koiskis just dropped their review on the Hiyatoys 2014 Godzilla. We can get an amazing look at how he scales with the female Muta and the 2024 pre-evolved Godzilla, also by Hiyatoys. So without wasting any more of y'all's time, right off the bat going over some of these Godzilla deals, we have the Tamashii Nations S.H.Monsterarts, MechaGodzilla and Garuda, and Fire Rodan, the Decisive Battle version, on Amazon for $204 USD. Typically retails for $230. This is a set that you do not want to miss. I did an unboxing on this guy, and I think he's absolutely wonderful, especially with the Garuda, and Rodan is definitely a sight to behold. Their Heisei era figures are no joke, so if you want this guy for less than MSRP, now's your chance. And then next on discount, Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong Event Exclusive Edition, which comes with a plethora of accessories, is on sale for $71 on Amazon, which this guy is absolutely amazing. You get a MechaGodzilla head with him, plus plenty other accessories, and an amazing axe effect piece. This guy might be worth picking up just for the accessories alone, but I'll let you make that decision for yourself. And then with that, there is the standard release, which is discounted for $60. But if I'm being honest, you might as well get the event exclusive edition. But either way, you cannot go wrong with the S.H.Monsterarts Kong if you can get him for the right price. Now I want to believe that's all the discounts over on Amazon, for those were the heavy hitters that I saw that stood out. So I want to give y'all a little heads up before they're gone. But moving on to the 2014 Hiyatoys, my first impressions are pretty dang good. The sculpt just looks very accurate. The teeth, we'll get to that, but everything else looks amazing. They got this lighting set up well so you can see all the scale despite the low resolution. Moving up some, we can get a little bit of a closer look. This looks a little green, but I don't think that's right. Now these teeth do look a little spotty. On any Godzilla figure, the teeth are always the hardest part to get right, especially for Tamashii Nations apparently. But this doesn't look the worst. Like here, pulling up a photo of the 2014 MechaGodzilla, which I also have a review on if you want to check that out, we can see that he doesn't have very much paint on his teeth. While this head sculpt is not the most accurate compared to this right here, we have this still from the 2014 film. You get a good look at Godzilla in all of his glory, but his teeth have always been a darker shade, though we can see some little bit of tan and some other colors mixed in here, which translates very well to the figure, but these teeth are just way too white. So right here we can get an amazing close-up. Now really looking at this image compared to like Koiskis' review, we can see this is the same figure, but moving up to his head we can see that these teeth are much more yellow and blended in. Now remember, everyone's camera settings are different, so colors don't always show and appear as they do in person on camera. You always want to take colors with a little bit of a grain of salt, because we can also see how blended his lower tan segments are into that black. Just does look very nice, especially looking at the color scheme on this image right here of 2014 Goji. Taking another shot at Godzilla from the movie, we can see how dark those teeth really are. They are practically black or gray, whatever word suits your fancy, but they're certainly not white. But I'll point out with Koiskis' video with these images, like we can see how green he looks, which that looks unnatural. It definitely looks like their color settings have been bumped, because this one on the left, it looks a little more in line with what we're going to be getting, like this right here, because honestly that's not too white. You got to consider they probably have a bright ass light shining directly on him. Now I have no excuse for this image right here. The only thing I can say is that their contrast and saturation are all way off, making this image look really weird, because the female Muta is definitely darker than this shade right here. Wait, matter of fact, I have her right here in all of her glory. She is definitely a dark shade of gray, but not as light as they're showing on this image here. So honestly, I'd say rest assured, the figures that we will be getting will look a lot more accurate to this image right here. Now you might not like how yellow those teeth look. That's going to be your personal preference. I've seen people complaining that the head sculpt look too much like the NECA, but like I said, I already reviewed the 2014 MechaGodzilla, so you want to make that judgment for yourself. If you don't own that guy, go check that video out. But I will definitely be picking up this guy, and more so for the sole reason that he scales better with the Muto and just looks like Godzilla Jr. next to that newer MonsterVerse Godzilla. Now, to answer someone's question that I've been seeing popping around, that this is the updated sculpt, as we can see with those much more intricate kneecap designs that we can see, not looking so round like with the 2024 Godzilla right here. So you don't see so much as a cut between those joints. What I liked about the 2014 MechaGodzilla was those two-tone shades they had thrown in there with that tan on the underbelly. This looks very promising. I love that he's not just going to be one solid color, so he'll have some great definition on your shelf. Talking about the scale, I love that he's smaller than the other MonsterVerse Godzillas by Hiyatoys. Looking at this photo right here, we can see that he's a good half-inch taller. These almost don't look like the same in-film character. But I do have my hands on the female Muta, and it is a lovely figure to pose. And the paint is superb, but we'll talk more about it in its review. But like, we can really see this tan up underneath him. This just looks so good. Like, this might be a little more exaggerated than we see in the film. We're also getting some interchangeable hands with him as well. But we're going to get these clenched fists so we can make him look like he's pummeling that Muto. It would have been cool to get like a head accessory for the Muto, like the 2014 Spitfire, but we'll just have to see what all we get when the translucent heat ray version of this figure gets revealed. Last month we had some images of the box that started leaking around, so this guy is definitely going to be releasing sometime in December. Now, to say if he's going to release before Christmas, there's really no telling, but if you have this guy pre-ordered through Koiskiss, they're located in China. That's where these images came from, over from their review. So y'all can go check that out for yourselves. But typically, as soon as they get their hands on it, they usually ship out within a week or two. This really has me fired up, because I almost prefer the 2014 sculpt over the 2019 redesign. This is absolutely awesome to see. Definitely let me know what y'all think about it down in the comments. Let me know if y'all got this guy pre-ordered for yourselves, and if you have your hands on the female Muto, I want to know what y'all think about her. But if you watched up to this point, I appreciate you watching. The best way to show your appreciation is by leaving a like. It greatly helps out the channel, and best way to keep up with everything is to subscribe. It's free. My name is DargonEvo, and as always, have an amazing day.